Hello, ActiveSage here on the Sage channel, and welcome back for some more singular survival. In this episode, we shall be going ahead and finally installing something people have been pestering me like crazy about installing. Arc furnaces, I believe as they're called, not blast furnaces. Let's go ahead and actually try to find the... where did it go on my hotbar? I thought I had a spot for it, I guess not. Let's go to number 3. Nope, number 4. This will have to do. Seems like we're having a lot of other stuff here. But let's go ahead and say arc. Hey, what do you know? It is just arc furnace. And I don't think this has any upgrade module slots. It's just a really fast furnace. So what we're going to do with these is install them down here. At least that's the plan. It also appear my mouse settings have changed, and my mouse button, there we go, it's responding now. So I think what we'll do is put them in, okay, so we're having some trouble here with, not, there we go. We'll put them in here, and I think this is how they're supposed to look. And do they have an access port on the bottom? If we're going to go ahead and place this one here like so, they do not, which is slightly unfortunate, because of course that means we can't just link them all together lickety-split. We can of course link them together sticking outwards, but that's not exactly ideal. I think I guess it'll just have to do. We could go ahead and install them. What I was thinking a bit earlier was just having them stick out here in this huge clump, but that's going to start blocking off our, what do you call these beautiful things? Solar panels! Even though today we are actually planning on also putting in a few more solar panels. I think what we're just going to have to do is, yeah, just have them down here. We're going to just hope to God, golly gee whiz, gosh darn it, that they, this just looks good enough. It's going to look so silly with them just sticking out like that. Ooh, I'm not sure I like that at all. I think what we're going to do is change this around a bit. We're not going to put them here. It just doesn't look good enough to me. We're going to put them up here with this red light. And hopefully we'll have room for this. Number 6. Rotate that way. Rotate it like this. That works. They're sort of a weird model because they go flat, but they should have a connection port leading through them so we can actually build them out like this. And let's do all the way out to this solar panel here. There we go, we can't go any farther. And we'll do that on every side, and then I guess we'll just bring the flying sausage down here and weld them up. Curse you, offset machine. Dang it. So, change of plans. We're actually going to go ahead and remove you, and remove this light, because I don't like having a lack of symmetry, which is what we were going to get if we went ahead and just removed the light on the other one and placed it in. We're going to go ahead and do it like so. I'm going to go ahead and place you in here just like the ones right next to you. A little hard to see these dang things. They're so transparent. We're placing you out to here. And then we're going to go ahead and place you right there and you right here. So there we go. That'll be all of those hooked up. So we're going to have tons and tons of these just doing their busyness. Now this does mean we have to fly around and grind down all of these little lights on every single one of these. And then place, of course, a bunch of the fantastical arc furnaces in, or Furnae, is that how you say it, when there's a multitude of them? But either way, that's not too bad of a thing. And I'll probably just fast forward, or honestly skip ahead till that's all done. There we go, all of them placed in. That took quite a little while, actually. Anyway, let's go ahead and switch over to a Sage Cam. And while we're over here on Sage Cam, I can go ahead and explain a few things that I've done as well. Okay, I was feeling a little bit weird there. Anyway, I've gone ahead and also upped the amount of meteorite swarms or storms or however you like that are going to be coming at us. Also, this is me holding D on the keyboard. That's not exactly strafing to the right, is it? And we'll place the camera here so we'll get a view of the ship while we're welding up, and any meteorite swarms, storms, or however you wish to say it, that come at us while we're working on welding those things up. Not too much to see here, I don't think. Let's also go ahead and run over all of our cables. Oh my goodness, goodness. And make sure our idle movements are turned off, which they are. Alrighty, well, as we are fast forwarding through whatever footage we may have, this gives me a good time to talk about the comments on previous videos, or more to the fact, the lack of comments on the idea of building a smaller welding ship. People have said I should in the past, but recently nobody said, yes, that's a good idea, Sage, when I brought up the idea of building a smaller space welder. So I don't think we're going to do that. We're just going to stick with the flying sausage. Also, I did mention meteorites a few times there, but I don't think I ever actually mentioned the fact that I have upped them to cataclysm levels of meteorite swarming. So we should see some more coming at us than we did previously. Of course, we have so many lasers now, I'd be surprised if they got through, but then again, those lasers can be a little hit and miss at times. So fingers crossed. Oh, for fuck's sakes, I just looked at SageCam's footage and it's just a nightmare. It's just an absolute joke. So what is going on? Why must it flail about so when there is... Look at my footage. Look at my footage right now, huh? This is how it is on my screen. I'm just gently going about between these things, welding it up. Nothing crazy's going on, nothing mind-bogglingly difficult for the computer to process or anything. And look at SageCam's footage. Just flailing about with warning low simulation speed on server. Which, let's go ahead and check. Oh wait, hold on. Did I just run out of components I need to finish that last one? Tell me I didn't. Maybe I did have simulation speed. Now let's see, what's our sim speed? Let's get all this text, and it's 50%. So it's considering like 30 to 40% to be low sim speed. Interesting. That's low sim speed now, huh? 30 to 40%. That's cool. That's cool. You know, it's not like I've ever seen the game actually run higher than that with any, like, reasonably sized ship. Oh my god, I'm becoming a salt fest. Let's skip this. Alrighty then, there we go. All of those new fantastical machines are complete. Let's go ahead and dock this ship up. No, it's not just floating around in a dangerous spot. Actually, let's dock it up over by the monolith, I think. That way it's... Actually, we could even dock it up... Do we want to dock it above second stage? That just seems like it's asking for trouble. If it goes haywire there, it's going to take everything out. If it goes just a little haywire over here, we don't reload a save, and we can just repair a solar panel or something like that. Oh, also, by the way, I believe I mentioned some laggities there and some weird SageCam nonsense happening. Well, I have a hypothesis as to why it might be happening, why we're having such a low sim speed, even though we're obviously not really doing anything too complex. Some of it is probably, of course, the assemblers and, well, all of our construction stuff here, all of our machines. The piping networks, I believe, do actually use up a bit of sim speed, so since we have so many machines here, it's going to be using up a bit, which is, well, disappointing. But it could also be, considering we haven't seen any meteorites as of, well, now, and we did set it up to cataclysm, or cataclysmic, or however you say it. Yeah, I think it was cataclysm difficulty. And we still haven't seen any come flying at us. I suspect they might be hitting other parts of the universe, bombarding small bits of wreckage. You know, if we were to go ahead and quick save, fingers crossed here that nothing goes crazy. Oh, thank Christ. I'm always scared of, like, quick saving, something just magically horrible is going to happen, or a ship's going to go bonkers. But if we were to go ahead and use our Space Master tools of magicalness, and say, cycle between biggest grids, we might be able to use our spectator cam here to detect... Oh my goodness, a puppy is asking for a walk. Last time I heard it was still raining pretty badly, so that's not going to happen right now. But, let's see, F10 again. Oh, sorry, Alt F10. Biggest grids. Let's keep cycling through these. Any of these look like they've been bombarded by asteroids? It's hard to believe that we're not even the biggest grid, by the way. We're apparently third. So this has 11,000 blocks, this has 11,000, so I don't want to hear the game complaining that we have 3,881 blocks. 2,000, 1,000 and something. So this area here, our old, the base we bombarded eons ago. Pretty sure this is it. Yeah, we didn't tear it all down, did we? Not seeing any meteorite strikes on the ground, so I don't know, maybe that hypothesis is incorrect. Or maybe it is correct, and it's just then throwing meteorites at tiny, tiny little grids. Oh yeah, that thing is still there. I guess maybe I could do world cleanup at some point here, eh? And maybe save us some troubles there. Or is it just going back between the two? It crashed again. Just like the previous episode, it crashed. Well, guess what? No more SageCam footage for this episode. If we even had any to begin with. Gosh darn it. And F6, so we now have a frozen screen. There we go. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and restart this Because if we're not going to have Sage Cam, there's no point in us running the world in multiplayer. So we'll quick save it, and we'll restart it just running in single player. We'll see if that actually cuts down on the sim speed issue. So idling here, we have a sim speed currently of 1. Well, it seems like it's fine now, but it was finicky earlier. Let's just restart it to cut down on chance of nuclear explosions, shall we? What were you doing while it occurred? Sitting in a cryopod in Spectator, watching the large ship I was in do nothing. Yep, that's it. GG, go let's not be that. Yeah, just that. Just that. And just so you guys know, here's the world. We're going to go into its edited settings here. See? Environment, hostility, cataclysm. So we were on normal last time, now we're on cataclysm, just confirming I am there. And let's set this to offline. So there we go. No silly bullocks should be going on there. So let's click OK on that. And let's load up our world again. Yep, okay, yeah, click OK to that. Yep, okay, there you go. And let's time to see how long this takes anyway, these silly load times can sometimes be a bit odd. Of course, I should probably clean up my world, that might help a bit. That took just under 2 minutes to load up our world there, so that's, I guess there are worse loading times out there. Alrighty, well, anyway, we have our fantastic new groupings of Wonder Machines down here, so let's go ahead and access these and see if they're actually doing anything. So inventory, yes indeed, they do appear to be blasting away in the blast furnace, producing lots and lots of ingots. So let's go ahead and actually, I called it a blast furnace, didn't I? Arc furnace. Go ahead and just look through all those. We're running through the nickel, we're running through lots and lots of good stuff. And we don't even have it's set to have ore sorting in them, which I guess we might as well. So let's go ahead and say Tim ore. There we go, got all of those sorted out now. That didn't take too long, really. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to do our Alt F10 Space Master, and we're going to go ahead and... Where's the cleanup thing? Isn't that usually in here? Did you see that? The planet was just a cube for a second. What the hell is this thing? Well, that's, interesting. What's going on? Why are there just ships? Like random, you know, these are supposed to be the sort of things they spawn in and send out there to the world. Do they just spawn these in, just sitting still sometimes, and they just sit in the void? Nowhere near anything? I thought they would spawn in maybe when you get closer. Interesting. Well, as long as they're not causing sim speed issues or whatnot. Well, this is interesting. It would appear some sort of military ship crashed upon a planet here at some point. I have no recollection of this. Interesting. Very interesting. Another ship out in the void. Another one. Another one. Another one. Oh, hey, our spawn area. Remember this? The old spawn. So I found out where all the meteorites are hidden. Yeah, so apparently for some reason it's still throwing them out here at cataclysmic difficulty. Not so much at where we are. Is there anything even here powered still? I mean, the only block here that might be owned by us is this right here, I think. Everything else has been mined out and abandoned for eons. Interesting, interesting. What is it? We had that one mine in the mountains somewhere around here, didn't we? Yes, this. Has this been getting hit by any meteorites? No, it looks pretty secure and safe. And hey, we left the lights on apparently, and it still has power even after all this time. Wow, that was quite the machine, wasn't it? So yeah, it looks like we figured out where all of our meteorites are hitting. We turned them on for some more difficulty, and it looks like all they're doing has just been bombarding this area for quite some time, I'd assume. Right. There are quite a few of these random ships just out in the void. I'm quite surprised that they're all there. I would have really expected them only to spawn in, you know, once we were closer to them. Alright, more wreckage. What are you, you strange little thing? This is... What? Isn't this like a respawn ship? Like a dinky super dink respawn? Who would even... It's not even near anything. What odd setups. It's a beautiful little ship, though. Absolutely adorable. Apparently there's a lot of them. An awful lot of them. What? Okay, well that was weird. Alright, well we've looped back around to the big grids again. So, I'm going to go ahead, and where is the... Isn't there supposed to be cleanup? There we go. Fix stations. Oh, wait, no, look! Meteor storm inbound. We're finally about to get hit by a meteor storm. What a silly thing to be excited for. Let's go ahead and double check to make sure our lasers are actually online. Laser. Oh no, system. Oh my god, panic. There we go, system. That's the wrong one. Laser turret defense grid, not defense system. Right, they're on. They are set to target missiles, but also target meteorites right there, so we're good there. Oh, there they are. They're coming in. Oh my god, I flew into the laser and got ourselves killed. We've been murdered in our own... Oh, Sage, you are a numpty. Let's go ahead and spectator watch it. Wait, is that it? Okay, there. It's still battling. Also, our screen's frozen. Oh, it's back again. Okay. And I would say we've had a fair amount of success with our laser defense grid. Majority of the lasers don't seem to actually be reaching anything. Oh wow, they're coming in from another direction? Oh, they're mostly missing us. But hey, at least they're finally starting to actually come near us after sitting here for 40 minutes today. This is the first swarm on Cataclysm difficulty that's actually come anywhere near us. The rest of the stuff seems to have been hitting, well, just powered down spawn stations and whatnot. Also, it would appear some of the lasers are indeed once more stuck on, which is always a fantastic thing, isn't it? Anyway, we were in here, space tools and all that. Let's go to the cleanup. Ta-da! Stationary stuff, moving in linear directions. No. Blocks with less than... Let's do 80. Anything with less than... Actually, let's do like 110. Anything that's that tiny. And we'll remove it. Continuous trash interval. Do we even have that on? I don't think we do currently. Yeah, remove floating objects. Blech. Alright, let's see. Does that... What? I turned those lasers... Oh, right. You can't just turn those lasers off and on again. You have to actually go ahead and toggle their shoot. So there we go. Now they should all be off. Good. That's a silly bug to have. Anyway, let's go ahead and start pinging through these again. And let's go to previous. So it took us to the monolith. We got really lucky that trash didn't auto-delete the monolith. It, for some reason, didn't decide to delete a window frame. This would appear to be a window frame that has fallen into the center of the Earth planet. Interesting. Okay. Alright, I get the feeling it's not working. Maybe it is. I mean, I don't understand why it's kept some of that stuff, but there's a lot of other things that it seems to have disappeared. Like here, we're in the wreckage area of I've just flew way too far away because our mouse is set to go way too far. There we go. Zoom out speed, reduce zoom out speed. There we go. So yeah, look here. A lot of little tiny bits of wreckage have been cleared up, so that seems like it's done a good job at cleaning up some of the rubbish. So that should hopefully help with sim speed, laggity, and weird freezes and all that fun stuff. Boy, this has been a slightly off-kilter episode, and I always assume you can walk out to there, but no, the glass is right here where we're bumping our face. Can we fix that? Body location, show on HUD. Do you have the most updated position of my body? Is it still moving, or is it still drifting? Also, it's 1,000 meters away almost. You know, I'm going to take a guess. Say it's gone. Yeah, I'm going to say it's gone. Shoot. You know, it occurs to me that the thing that's really probably giving us the true grief of maybe sim speed errors or other things every now and again, or just freezing, is probably our fantastical... Come on, you have got to have the stuff to make this. Yes, now the platinum. Please, platinum. Thank you very much. Is probably just the fact that we have that fantastic little thing called the Tim sorting system in so many blocks. Can't believe I didn't think of this earlier, but that's probably all it is Tim pinging every 10 seconds or so and causing some minor havoc. We could disable that, but of course I don't want to. Maybe I'm being a bit too fickle on this one, but I don't want to. Alrighty, what are we doing here? Let's go ahead and check in here. Dun-dun-dun. I'm just going to check our arc furnaces, just to make sure they are doing things, even with the Tim ore sorting thing, and they are. They're burning through a whole bunch of stuff, which is fantastic news. Let's also go up to here for the windows. What are we going to need to put windows in here? Will we be able to put windows in here? We will. Cool. Hopefully that'll actually be airtight and we won't depressurize the thing. There we go. And then our inventory is now full up, which is not exactly ideal, is it? But let's go ahead, drop off a little bit of that and see if we can get that elite welder, at the very least, into our inventory. There we go. So now let's go ahead and try to place these down. Hopefully we'll place them in the correct way. There we go. And weld you up. I get the sneaking suspicion we might have done this eons ago when we first set up the ship and decided for some reason to bump them back. Maybe because it just looks better from the outside to have them bumped back. But considering we spend so much time running about like a chicken with our head cut off while we are inside the craft, I think it would be better to have it looking nicer from the inside. That way we get our own little like lookout window. So there we go. Those are those two in, looking pretty good actually. Let's go ahead and place some more in over here. Alrighty, well, with all the windows placed in, though, I can now go ahead and just grab the glass and start putting that into all of these. And I think we might have actually been able to pick up not quite enough glass now I think about it, since it's 35 each, and we had 5 and a bit windows left to do. So we're going to come a little tiny bit short, rather unfortunately. Yeah, I think a little tiny bit short. Got you finished, and yep. What was that? Jesus, that was barely any short. Boop, grabbed way more than we need, but whatever. And it was 25 short or so, or 27 short, was it? Yeah, anyway, there we go, got all those done. Let's go ahead and drop off just into here, since the sorter system will pull everything everywhere. Just find our grinder, and try to find the elite grinder. I queued up quite a few. There we are. Let's go ahead and fly around to the other door so we're not depressurizing that. I'm still pressing Avorion keys to try to rotate every now and again. Played so much of that game. I do love that thing quite a bit. Pressurize this fantastic little room. There we go. Come on, shut off the light. There we are. I like waiting for the light. I also don't like waiting for the light sometimes. And now, fingers crossed that we don't depressure... Frozen. Still frozen. There we go. Depressurize this whole room by grinding this down. Oh, thank Christ. So now we can walk all the way up to this window and actually look out. That is so much nicer. It might have these little outcroppings, which is a little weird, but it's so nice to just be able to walk up to the actual window itself. Pretty much. I think we're like a foot away from it, it feels like. Can I please have the camera at a reasonable... There we go. Oh, we're pretty close to it. Let's even spectator mode. By the way, Control F7, somebody told me, now brings you actually to your character in spectator mode, so that's nice. And yeah, we're just a little bit under a foot away from the window. Not too bad, eh? So there we go. We can now pop all of these open. It reminds me of, with the glass still there, it reminds me of some sort of exhibit at a nature park. Or a nature reserve where you walk the thing. It's like, here's all the stuffed animals that we killed. Wasn't nature wonderful? I love that. I got my magnet boots on so I can walk, but the pieces are floating. Also, I see a gap there where the air would presumably escape, but we still have high oxygen. Helmets off, we're not dead, so yeah, we're good. Alrighty guys and gals, I think that's going to be it for today's rather odd and slightly more rambly than usual episode. Did I pick up? There was other stuff here, wasn't there? Oh god, we're going to die horribly. If there's more stuff floating around in here, the second we start moving, we're just going to hear... And everything's going to blow up as the apparently transformer sound. Everything gets turned inside out. Anyway, drop that off. There we go. In the next episode, well, I think we're ready to start moving on. We got all those arc furnaces in finally. And what else do we have? Well, we did some cleanup on the universe. Second stage is off being glitchy and crashy and desktop fun times. And we are going to make some progress. we're probably going to start heading towards Mars, and maybe stop off for any supplies we need to keep adding more solar panels, because we still haven't done that. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys and gals, and I shall see you all next time. Ta-ta! That's much nicer.